cross her forehead into a clip with a banana on it, the rest long enough to tuck behind her ears and tickle her collar, while Sam's was, by the looks of it, mostly on the kitchen floor. Mum Kay joined Mum Jen to stare. "Appalling," she said, resting her soggy, towelled head on Mum Jen's shoulder. "When did our babies turn into such decrepit grown-ups, eh?"
"We're 11, you weirdo," said Sammie. "You want to get new glasses?"
Mum Jen raised an eyebrow pointedly. Sammie rolled her eyes.
"Mum Kay, I'm sorry for calling you a weirdo," she said in a dreary sing-song voice. "This was wrong because I'm not meant to say things like that, even if they are undeniably true because of reasons. In future, I will only call you a weirdo when you aren't here."
This was known as Sampologizing, and usually resulted in long, dull arguments that Sam didn't listen to. But apparently Mum Jen was too distracted now to bother.
"You don't mind not having the same hair, Sam?" asked Mum Jen in her professionally gentle voice, resting one hand on his shoulder. "I think it might be a twin's right to mind."
When she wasn't being their mum/hairdresser, Mum Jen was Dr. Paget, child psychologist and family therapist. She listened to unhappy people on velvety golden sofas in their front room, deploying the professionally gentle voice, until they stopped being unhappy. Every now and then she forgot to turn it off. Mum Jen has a nice face, drinks soothing tea, and wears cardigans. Mum Kay has a scary big brain, a sarcastic eyebrow of doom, and drinks black coffee. Sam liked the professionally gentle voice. He felt like a rabbit having its ears stroked. "I don't care about hair," he said, "so long as no one tries to put any bananas in mine." Sam cared about Spider-Man 5, which was starting in 28 minutes, and they had to leave time for buying popcorn.
"Fine," said Mum Jen, dropping the scissors in defeat. "Your hair has rights, Sammie. At least it does this morning."
"Ha!" Sammie hopped off the chair with a smirk and prodded Mum Kay's elbow.
"I'm just being helpful, giving you more fascinating things about me to put in your book."
"You're all heart." When she wasn't being their other mum, Dr. Skidelsky was also a child psychologist and family therapist, but the sort without a golden sofa. She mostly wore superhero t-shirts and jeans, but underneath she was terribly serious and clever. Ever since the Sams were small, she'd spent weekdays in Edinburgh teaching at the university and researching her book, an important-sounding one about having 2 children named Sam. Sammie was a rather unwelcome development. It meant adding a whole new chapter. Every Sunday evening they used to wave her off as she headed for King's Cross Station and the sleeper train, and not see her again until Friday. But not anymore. Now that she was ready to write the book, she was going to stay in London all week too. Tomorrow they would begin the new routine and be 2 mums, 2 Sams, and a puppy all the time. Sam liked that too. 1 mum was good. 2 mums was best. 10 minutes later they were striding through the park towards the Lexi Cinema. Mum Kay now with bright blue streaks in her hair like a mad badger. Sundays were Paget Skidelsky family days out. After Mum Jen got home from church, they would head off together for important bonding and arguments within a strict monthly budget. On Sam's turn to pick, it was always the Science Museum or the cinema. The Science Museum had rockets and actual real astronaut gloves, and upstairs you could try on actual real spacesuits and have your picture taken. Sam had 3 already. And once they'd stayed in the shop so long, the security guards had begun to shut the doors and they were almost locked in all night, to sleep under the big white rocket and the endless bouncing light of the huge energy wheel. But new Spider-Man was even better. Spidey spun and bounced and heroically saved multiple humans, a herd of cows, and a pretty girl. His mums grumbled at that bit. She could have done that herself. He swung off high.